You are now entering the Sports and Foods Zone, where you get your sports and foods fix with your hosts, Drey and Tae.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Sports and Foods Podcast. We are recording Thursday, April 6th. Drey, how was your day? How's your week been?
Man, all is good, Tay. All is good. It's been better than yours. Sorry, folks, we didn't record last week, so the show should have came out Tuesday, but Tay had 2 sick children. Can't do nothing about that. Can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, and I know you guys out there, a lot of kids are getting sick at school. I know my sister, her kid, my niece and nephew, it's just hitting everybody.
It's
hopefully not
time
me,
of year. Hey, as long as I ain't blowing my nose, I'm A-okay. But here in Portland, though, tell you, it's still raining, man. I mean, but they say April showers bring May flowers, but I don't think there's going to be no flowers in May. I think it's going to be more rain. I don't know why I feel like it's going to be raining all the way to June. So everybody strap on your rain boots and keep your umbrellas out. It's going to be a long, rainy season. Hey, man, how was your week, man? Outside of everybody, not everybody in your house being sick, just the kids. You have a good week?
It's good, man. Yeah. What I'm excited, though, is NBA playoffs is right around the corner. We were just talking about it.
We're going to talk about it later in the show, too.
But, just the everyday life, things are good. Family's good. So, and things good with you, too?
Yeah, everything is good, bro. Then we'll talk about, we're going to be talking about plant-based meals in our show today later on in our food segment. And so I've been really focused on, so I have some health things going on. So I've been really focused on my diet, and actually I don't like that word diet. When I say diet, I mean what I eat. Yeah. I don't go on diets no more. But on my whole lifestyle change, trying to really do the right thing with my food and exercise and stuff like that. So I've been really working on it. But all is well, bro. All is well. Can't complain. All right. So I know it's no longer March, but there is still a woman that I would like to recognize in honor of Women's History Month, which was March. It's now April. I know everyone. The woman I spoke about last episode was a past legend in food, Miss Edna Brown. Oh, sorry, Miss Edna Lewis. Why say Miss Edna
Lewis?
Brown?
Yeah,
Miss Edna Lewis. The woman I will speak about today is a new up-and-coming chef, author, motivator, creator, and this woman has done all kinds of things. You'll learn about her a little bit today. So the woman to be highlighted this episode is Miss Tabitha Brown. So, if you've been to Target recently, you've seen her stuff in Target. Lindsay loves her spice mixed nuts. She has these nuts that she makes. So I'm allergic to nuts, so I can't eat them. I actually ate some cashews today. Not a good choice. Tongue is itching right now.
They do. They get me too, man. Even when it's like mixed with stuff. I'm like, dang cashews.
Can't mess with them. Yeah. But Lindsay loves her spice mixed nuts. But Miss Tabitha Brown has emerged as a cheerleader for veganism and plant-based cooking. Plant-based cooking today. And this is big for black and brown people. Like a lot of us are not into the plant-based movement. More of us need to get into the plant-based movement because when I was looking at these statistics for type 2 diabetes, I didn't see any non-brown people on that list. So we got to get into it.
We do.
Miss Brown was born in Eden, North Carolina in 1979. That's the year me and Tay were born.
Yeah.
She's done a lot in her 44 years on this planet. She started college in Miami in fashion. That wasn't for her, so she dropped out of school. She was a co-host of a late night show in Greensboro, North Carolina, where she interviewed celebrities who came into Greensboro to perform. That didn't work for her either. So she moved to LA, where she tried stand-up comedy. As I said, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
And she spent several years. So comedy didn't work for her either. And then she spent several years working at Macy's. Tabitha was introduced to veganism by her daughter. after Ms. Brown developed chronic pains and fatigue and could not work for a year. So, I mean, she kind of got forced in this direction.
Yeah.
It worked out for her. She gained her fame from social media. In 2017, while driving Uber,
and everything. Yeah.
She posted about a vegan sandwich she loves so much from Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. That Whole Foods hired her to be the brand ambassador. I was like, dang, man, I need to get on.
Talk
to something so I can become the brand ambassador. In 2018, she began broadcasting on Facebook Live, doing product reviews and cooking demonstrations. Mm-hmm. In 2020, she started TikTok, where she began to share vegan recipes, cooking tips, family moments, and encouraging advice. She amassed 2 million TikTok followers in 5 weeks.
Man, we got to get a sports and food TikTok.
We do. Because if she can get 5 million, I mean, she must, yeah. And things have only continued to get better for her. She's authored 2 books, Feeding the Soul, because it's my business, Finding Our Way to Joy and Love and Freedom, and Cooking from the Spirit, Easy, Delicious, and Joyful Plant-Based Inspirations. As I mentioned before, her products and clothing, she's a clothing designer as well, are in Target. She's also launched a hair care line called Donna's Recipes, which is named after her afro. Donna, her afro is named Donna. And has appeared on several YouTube and television shows. So, let's give Miss Brown her flowers while she is still here.
Yeah,
congratulations, Tabitha Brown. Yeah,
check her stuff out.
Yes, it will be here through the spring in Target, and I don't know if they're going to renew her line, but I hope they do. I mean, Lindsay's got her lunch bag and her lunch box, and I mean, candles. She's done it all.
Something.
hey, as I say, and just even if it's the nuts. Yeah. Oh, you can't eat the nuts either.
No, yeah.
While we were gone, we lost another legend. NBA Hall of Famer Mr. Willis Reed passed away at 80 years young. Talking is hard for me today. Mr. Reed played 10 seasons in the NBA, all with the New York Knickerbockers. He was drafted by the Knicks in the second round of the 1964 draft out of Grambling State University. That's when all the black players went and came out of black college.
Yeah.
He was a 2-time champion and a 2-time finals MVP. Mr. Reed was inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame in 1982. Mr. Reed is most known for playing hurt in Game 7 of the 1970 finals, beating the Los Angeles Lakers and Wilt Chamberlain in those finals.
Yeah.
He actually got hurt in Game 5, sat out Game 6, and then played Game 7.
Wow. Players won't do that anymore.
Willis Reed passed away on March 21st, 2023. If you don't know about this man, as I have said before, about other NBA legends, go do your research.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot about him. That I forgot about his being hurt and all that. But people, NBA players, all the NBA legends talk highly of him. So our rest in peace.
Rest in peace. NIT for both men's and women's Duck teams is over. Both teams lost in the quarterfinals. The men lost to Wisconsin. I feel like we lose to Wisconsin all the time.
It's always.
And the women lost to Washington. I don't know how that worked either. But nice work getting to the quarterfinals. Each team won 2 games before being eliminated. Mm-hmm. And another sad news, the Lady Pilots of the University of Portland lost in the first round to number 5 seed Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, we're Duck fans. We love them, but this is a down year, and the men have some really good horses coming back. We got, Westland Star, and we got Mookie Cook, a couple other players. The women, the coaching, and the players are leaving. I'm a little worried, but it's Oregon. Y'all, we got Nike. Come play.
Go Ducks. Last show I failed to mention, I forgot to mention this. The 6A and the 5A boys and girls Oregon basketball tournament champions. The tournament happened. I forgot. I mean, I watched the highlights and I forgot. The Tualatin boys won the 6A title, beating Westland in the final.
Back-to-back champions.
Oh, yeah, they won twice. They were good, too. For the girls, Clackamas Cavs beat South Medford in the final. For the 5A tournaments, starting with the boys, Wilsonville beat Summit, and for the girls, Springfield beat Crescent Valley. Congratulations to all the champs.
Yeah, it was a fun year. Like Lincoln, they had a bunch of 6'8", 6'10". I thought they were going to win it. West Lynn was dominant. But nobody talked about Tualatin too much, and they won by defense. I actually went to the playoffs at the Child Center because my wife's nephew, my nephew too.
Your nephew, yeah.
Now he played for Barlow, and they went far. They lost in the game, but it was fun to watch them play. Like, I forget how competitive high school basketball is, and I don't know. I can't tell if they were better back then when we were in high school, because I felt like the players were better back in the day than they are now. You don't have to think about that hard.
Huh? You don't have to think about how we were better back in the day.
Yeah, because I feel like they're littler. I don't know. It just when I played and stuff, it was hard to even make the team. And like, I don't know. I feel like I could be dominant if I played right now. Not to hate on the high school players. No, but
I'm just joking. We did joke. Not about us being better though.
Yeah.
And champions were crowned in the women's and men's NCAA basketball tournaments. For the women, LSU beat Iowa and Miss Caitlin Clark, who hooped her backside off in the final. And for the men, UConn hammered San Diego State in the final.
Yeah, they dominated. UConn, I watched a little bit of them. I didn't think they were going to I did not pick them to win at all. But when the tournament started, man, they were just killing fools. So, and that was fun. Actually, it was kind of weird seeing all these top teams lose and teams we always know get far. But when it got to the big, the grade 8 or whatever it's called, it was good to see these other teams. And I've always liked San Diego State, but to see them play as a really good unit, usually they fall off, but no, these teams can ball. So it was fun to watch them guys play, like from schools like FAU and just those small schools. It was fun.
The committee needs to respect these smaller conferences because these they're winning their championships.
Yeah,
that's how they get into these tournaments. They're not bums. They need to respect them and give them and see them higher.
Yeah.
And while we were gone, have you ever known a gymnast to get perfect 10s? Well, you haven't watched Florida's Trinity Thomas. She's the reigning NCAA all-around champion, and at this point today has 27 she's 27-time All-American.
That's crazy.
But her biggest accomplishment could happen by breaking the NCAA record for the most perfect 10s, which stands at 28, and she has 27. But she's getting these perfect 10s in all types of gymnastic events. Her 27th came from a floor. She got perfect 10s on her floor routine, and her 26th came on the uneven bars. You don't see perfect 10s in the Olympics because it's hard to get a perfect. They score real hard. Not that they don't score hard in college, but they score really hard in the Olympics. But she is dominating college.
She is.
Keep it up, Trinity. I hope you break the record.
Keep doing it. And that number is crazy. Like, I'm thinking, record would be like 3, 4.
Yeah.
She's in the 20s.
Yeah, like killer. What is sports and foods?
If you can't answer that question, then you need to check out our website, snfpodcast.com. So then, the next time someone asks, you'll know.
Tay, last week I was ready to start our sports with why I think, in my opinion, college athletes are stupid. I should say not stupid. I should say not smart. But in this week's time, so much new and more important things to us have happened So I had to pivot.
Yeah.
So we're going to start this segment with the NBA and the playoffs and the playing games, the playing games actually start next week when we're taping this on the 6th, which lead us right into the NBA playoffs. I mean, I'm excited, even though the Blazers aren't going to be in ain't going to be in the nothing. We're going to be in we are. We're going to be in the lottery.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the playoffs. I love the NBA playoffs. I mean, and like, I wasn't sure about this playing game thing, but after watching it last season and the excitement is added this season, I can't see them going away from the play-in. The play-in is amazing. Like, I'm hoping the Lakers get beat in the play-in. I hope they get stuck in the play-in. They get beat. Yeah. I hope they lose. I mean, Oklahoma City's in the 10th spot right now. They might make the play-in, get the playoffs today. Like, it's exciting. Like, right now, Oklahoma City would be playing for nothing. Neither would Dallas is still in the spot trying to get in. Yeah,
they would have been shut down, Luka and all that.
Yeah, but they have a shot. So I mean, they're playing. I mean, like, so. But I've watched a lot of basketball this season, Tay. I mean, a lot. But actually, not as much as I normally would watch. But the reason I've been able to watch the Blazers, I hate Root Sports. Just PSA. Drey from Sports and Foods hates Root Sports.
Yeah, okay. It's terrible.
I just wanted to say that. It's so hard to watch the Blazers games, but now I have a DVR where I can record. I watch all the Blazers games. I tape them. I watch them. Yeah. So, but I ain't been watching nothing the last month because what am I watching? What am I watching?
You're watching a tank at his best.
Tank at. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about them in a second. Yeah. We'll get deeper into that. But we are winding down. The East is like becoming a 3-team race, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Cleveland's there, but I mean, they're not going to do it. I mean, they'll win maybe the first round, maybe. So who do you like in the East? I'm pretty sure I know who you like in the East. The Bucks, the Sixers, and the Celtics.
Man.
What order do you have them in, Tay?
Well, I have to say the Bucks for sure is my top seed. Like, they're in full stride. I mean, they're resting Giannis now, and they're still winning games, big games, that they're still, playing against the top teams who are trying to beat them, and they're just dominating. They're so deep. It's ridiculous. They're back. Last year, you could see kind of, I don't know, it was a little, they're missing some things, but now they're like, they have a full squad. It's hard because I'm kind of torn between, I want Philly to go far, but James Harden, if he was Houston James Harden, they would be actually right there up there with the Bucks. But I don't know, man. He doesn't look, I don't know if he's going to turn it on in the playoffs, but they need him to play big because sometimes they're role players. Just don't.
Tay, has he ever turned it on in the playoffs?
I know. He hasn't really like that. No. But it's just crazy because, like, they're so close to being that top team, but, like, they need him to play big. Maxey is going to be good, and then, I don't know, Harris is just overpaid. He's just not, I don't know why. He just.
I think he needs to change the scenery. I think he does. He's a good player, though. I take him. But hold on, Tay. I'm glad you said that. People are saying, I don't know why people are talking about Joel Embiid coming to Portland. I don't know how we can get Joel Embiid. I've seen it multiple places.
I know.
I don't even understand why Philadelphia would get rid of Joel Embiid. I don't know what we could do to get Joel Embiid, but if you wanted to come to Portland, welcome.
If I was the Blazers, I'd be on the phone right now like, hey, who do you want besides Dame?
Yeah, right. Even Shaden's on the block for that one.
Everybody. Just make it happen. But Boston, this whole Brown thing, him saying he is unhappy and all that, I don't know. It seems like the worst time to be talking about that when they're about to go in. But those three, I think Boston is still two, even though I say Philly. I feel like they can be there. I don't know. They're going to run into each other. But, yeah, there's really nothing else to talk about besides those three. But that's my thing. So I got Milwaukee, Boston, Philly in the East.
I don't have to reiterate anything because that's the order I have it in too. And the only reason I have Boston over Philly is because Boston has more depth.
And they went there last year too, so they know how to get to the final.
And they can win basketball. And they have 2 stars that can actually get it done.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And then you got Malcolm Brogdon come off the bench, and Derek White's been playing like a beast.
Williams is back. Remember, he was hurt.
That guy is the key guy.
Mm-hmm.
If Time Lord plays, man, Boston.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What's that?
The coach is new. Mm-hmm. It's different. He's been doing good in the regular season.
Yeah,
Udoka made some big time coaching decisions until the finals. But up into the finals, he did some moves that really propelled them into the finals. We don't know, rookie coach.
We'll see what it's going to do.
The playoffs are different. So, that's, I feel like, the only thing I would say with Boston where that might be their downfall. But they're going to be in it right there. They're going to be playing for it, for it to make it to the finals.
Right.
They're going to be right there. So.
All right. Well,
the West.
The East was really easy. Now we got to go to the messy West.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. I'm gonna let you talk first because I don't even know.
The seeds are not even set yet.
No. And in the East, I looked at the East today. The standings, all the teams that are out of the play-in are eliminated, and then now they're jockeying a little bit in the East in the playing games. The West, teams can still jump out of the playing games. From the 8th seed, the 9th seed, they can still jump into the 6th or 7th, 5th or 6th seed.
And I'm excited because it's going to be, like I said, playing. I feel like how the seedings are aligning. The first round, you kind of be like, the couple teams are going to automatically pass. I say every single first round game is going to be great, including the play-ins.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Phoenix, who's dominating right now on a nice little win streak, might be playing the Warriors in the first round. That is not the team you want to play in any kind of playoff series.
No.
I don't care how bad they've been playing or how inconsistent they are. They're going to turn it up in the playoffs a little bit. They have some serious road issues, which I don't understand. I don't get it. But
what do they got? 8 road wins all season?
I don't care. I have no sympathy for them.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's insane. The road record. I don't see them winning it, but I
don't either. Not anymore. No, I wouldn't either. But I mean, the thing is, the teams on the top of the West we were talking about earlier are just not. They don't seem to be that good. Denver, Memphis.
Yeah, I see they can get beat by. And see, they look good, but like I said, I just said the playoffs are different. They haven't been there. None of them has been there except the coach, which is good. But
the coach
Fox, he looks great, and Sabonis, but they haven't played any. I think Sabonis might have playoff experience a little.
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't know. But in Indiana, I don't think he got none.
No. Yeah, and if it was a first round sweep by probably the Bucks or somebody. But yeah, I think the top, like you said, I don't even know who could. Denver can get out of the first round, maybe something like that. But long run, we know what Denver does in the playoffs. They play okay, but then second round after that it goes
right.
And I do think Phoenix is the favorite right now, just because they're playing hot. And they got Durant now, which I wouldn't have probably put them as the favorite until they got Durant, but his legs look like they're getting
he's getting his game back. Yeah, he's getting his game back together.
But we know what happens with Chris Paul, a long playoff run, about second round, mid-second round, all that production goes.
Because he's an old man now, old man in basketball years. It's like basketball years is like dog years. He can't do the things he did in Charlotte or even when he was first got to Phoenix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy is older. He's an older player. But I do like Sacramento though. I like the way they play basketball, and I think that because they don't know. Yeah. Not knowing that young youthful bliss could help them, win a couple playoff series. Now, I mean, if they end up playing the Warriors, no. If they end up playing, they can beat the Lakers. I think they can beat.
Yeah.
obviously the Pelicans and Minnesota's terrible.
Their D scares me a little bit, but like you said, like they could score a lot too.
Well, I was gonna say, but because they play the way the Golden State Warriors play, you know, and they got that dude Monk that come off the bench. He's scoring like 20 points in a game. That's not really averages, but I mean, the last few games he's been scoring like 20. Like, dang, man,
they got veterans on the team too, so they're long. Yeah, they are. I actually, now that you said it, I didn't even think about Sacramento. They do have a shot to do good, but the West, like I said, like I can't. We got the East. We could say, you know, those teams can win it. I'm not putting money on any of them teams to win the championship until I see the first round. Then we maybe can relive and pick
this conversation. Right.
But do you have a team that could upset and like go all the way? That's maybe at the bottom. Like if Dallas, could they get hot if they make it?
You mean like
or
a play-in team?
The Lakers, yeah. Like
so the Lakers could, if their starting five could play 48 minutes a game for 7 games in a row, yeah, they could do it. They would be the team. But they can't. LeBron is getting old, man, and it's like I was telling you earlier. His game is he's still LeBron James. He still can get it done, but he can't get it done for 7 games in a row at 42, 47 minutes a game. He can't do that. And their bench is not good.
Yeah.
Who else has done it?
They still don't have the shooters that they need for LeBron.
To win games.
They have shooters, which is crazy they don't. Man, it makes his life so much easier.
Well, the reason they can't get shooters or get anybody else because they sold the whole cow to get Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And he ain't.
And Westbrook messed them up too.
Oh man, and they didn't get much back for what? Actually, did they waive him or something like that? Or I mean, like Minnesota is terrible.
Yeah,
and I'm not even. Our listeners know I don't like Karl Anthony Towns anyway, so I'm glad they suck. New Orleans.
They need Zion. They're just better.
We're going to talk about them in a different show because I want to know what's up with Zion. Like he hasn't played all season long, and now he's still not playing. Like,
yeah,
they said he's going to reevaluate about a month ago, and they said he was doing light workout. But what is up, man? Like,
Portland.
I mean, if he can be healthy,
I know that
come on and play. I mean, if he can be healthy, come on, we'll take him if he can be healthy. But I do like Brandon Ingram, and I mean, you know, CJ made comments about the Blazers being happy about the Blazers not making the playoffs because we traded him. Yeah. So CJ, I hope you brick. I mean, every shot.
I try to ignore that one because it made me mad for a minute. Then I'm like, he's being cool about it. Yeah, he's being a hater, but I get it. You know, we did trade him away, so
yeah. So that means
to him, we felt like he was the problem. So.
Well, I mean, he was part of the problem. We ain't got rid of the whole problem yet.
Clippers, though. That's I think I talked about them before. That's the team that I would say, if somehow they can play like they're supposed to, that would be my team that could sneak in just because of that. But with Paul George now hurt, I don't know.
Yeah, that they need him, and that's the issue. All right, Tay. Before we move to football, we got to do a little talking about the Trailblazers.
Yes.
Yes. And I like. I told you earlier I like your jersey. I need to get me a Blazer jersey.
Yeah, since I know our season's over, and you know we'll move on to other things. And I guess we'll be talking about the off season here soon, and lottery and all that. But yeah, I wanted to represent us for one more last time.
We got 2 games left. Yeah, 2 games left. We play the Clippers and the Warriors. Probably gonna lose both games, I hope.
Please.
They mess around and beat the Timberwolves. What is up with that? Like, what are we doing?
We literally broke like a record almost, like the worst.
Yeah, no, that was the record. We did.
It was the record,
19 and a half. That was.
In a game that the Timberwolves needed to win. It wasn't like the Timberwolves were resting their players. That was it wasn't a must win, but it was a very important win for them.
And they lost. So, Tay, I guess I always ask you, and I want to make sure I ask the right question. Okay, because I wrote it down. What moves this offseason can make us become a title contender, or is that even possible?
Well, I would say short answer is if we can get the number 1 pick and get that player, what's his name? The tall, that guy. Uh-huh. That would be a game, a franchise changer.
Yeah, it would be.
After that, I don't know, maybe if we don't get the first, second, maybe the 3rd pick, we definitely have to trade for a player, and I don't know. I need to see the list to actually see who's available.
Like you mean like a free agency?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have it off the top of my head either.
One person I brought up earlier is Brown for Boston.
Okay.
He's voiced his opinion that he's not happy. Mm-hmm. He actually might think about a new scenery. And so, if we get the 2nd pick, 3rd pick, package them, we're going to have to get rid of probably...
Send Anthony. That high draft pick, Nurk. Yep, you read my mind. Nurk.
Some other
Keon
first
Johnson.
rounds. We got a couple first rounds.
We can send the Knicks first round draft pick too that we got now. It's gonna be in the 20s anyway. So yeah,
I mean they were given 5 first rounds, so we have at least 2 now, 2 or 3 recent.
We can trade. We got 5 or 6 second round picks. We could trade all that. I'm with you on that. For
a player like him, that's the only one that I know. But that's if he wants to do it. But that's a win if we can do that. So I like what you said earlier, like Ingram, like they. I like Brandon Ingram. New Orleans needs to maybe break up their team. So players like that, and like I said, once I see who's available, who's like wants out, I think I'll know. But what about you?
Tay, man, I'm just gonna say what I've been saying. We need to trade Dame. I mean, that's really what we need to do. I know, and that hurts people's heart. And I know, and it's not because Dame is doing something wrong. He's just the only asset that we have that we can really get something to really rebuild our team. Like,
it would.
We were talking about it. Yeah, we were talking about it with the Seahawks. Me and you off air. We were talking about the Seahawks and how they traded their best asset, which was Russell Wilson. I mean, he wanted out too. But, I mean, they traded him, and they got a whole haul for it. And I mean. And every year we hold Dame, we're losing value. It's like, I mean, and then also, Dame wants to win a title, man, but he don't want to be a sucker, man, and like be like, oh man, I want to get traded, Do the dude a favor, man, and get him out of here so the dude can win a championship, man.
He's about one off season away from forcing it.
Yeah, I tell you, if we have another season like this, because he said he's not here to be in a rebuild. He don't want to be in a rebuild. He's too old to be in a rebuild. The dude is playing all-star, all-NBA caliber basketball, man.
Yeah.
And for what? For us to lose 17 games at home? For us to only win 17 games at home? For us to have damn near 50 losses? Nah, man, it's not worth it. That's what I'm saying. So you trade that dude, man. You trade him, you may not get a Kevin Durant haul or a Rudy Gobert haul, but you'll get 3 first-round draft picks. You probably can get a couple players in the move. You know what I mean? And like you said a while ago, I wish we had to try to work some kind of deal in that Phoenix-Brooklyn trade so we could have got Malik Bridges and got Cam Johnson.
How come we couldn't get Sabonis? Do we at least try? See, those are the questions I like. Those are the questions I like to know. Did we try? Like, no. I feel like sometimes we might make a call, but like, do you really throw something at them? That's what I feel like we don't do. We don't really throw stuff out, and they know they leverage us, but like we don't give them anything to even consider it. And then when I see what other teams get for these players, that's like you said, like how they got like we couldn't swing a 3-team trade, or we can't get one of the 3 players. No. Like, come on.
But what it is, Tay, I'm telling you, I feel like Dame Lillard is kind of trying to orchestrate this with Cronin like jocking him, and it's not working, man. No, we need. I mean, and then what they're trying to do, they're also straddling the fence. You're trying to keep the team young and do a little bit of moves to get Dame a couple players. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
We're gonna have to get veterans into place, like, and lose some of these young players, or we got to trade Dame, man. I mean, there's no reason to hold this man.
No
hostage.
No one young team has won anything. It got far. It's always a veteran, at least half the team. key players that's in that rotation. Game on the line. It's veterans. It's not. And I love our young players, but it's not.
Oh, me too.
4 of your starting lineup is under 25 winning you a championship. Unless you have Tatum and Brown, and that's a little different.
Okay,
but.
Yeah, because those are all-star players. But like we talked about earlier with the Sacramento Kings, you said it. They got half their team they got veterans starting. They got half their team is veterans. They got veterans coming off the bench. Everybody come off our benches are damn near a rookie. You know what I mean? And that doesn't work. So I think I said it last offseason, said it the season before last year. We got to trade Dame. And I mean, unless we're going to have to trade, unless we make a big trade and we, like I said, trade Anthony and trade Nurk and trade, a couple of those draft picks and trade, another young player on our bench. We're not going to be able to we need an all-star player, not a player that wants to be in an all-star game. We need a player that's been to the all-star game multiple times. Yeah. And there's no way we can get that without trading Dame, I don't think. So, Tay, I hope it's not another long season.
Our team's on the clock.
like you said, like Dame said, it's time to be serious, guys. It's got to be serious.
You need something to listen to?
Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Search Sports and Foods Podcast.
Hey, let's talk about food. Today's topic is...
All right, everyone. It's our favorite segment, food. In last show, I talked about Miss Edna Lewis, who championed fresh ingredients. And this show, I talked about Miss Tabitha Brown, who is vegan and is really into healthy eating. So why not talk about plant-based meals? So Tay, first of all, what are plant-based meals?
That is
I'm glad you asked me. Even though you didn't. A plant-based diet focuses heavily on eating mostly foods that come from plants. So it doesn't just mean fruits and vegetables. Plant-based foods include nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, beans, and different oils. So we'll have to do a show about oils. Clyde Lewis stopped eating oils, like all of them. That won't eat food with any oil in it. And this guy lost 80 pounds.
Wow, that's awesome. Shout out to Clyde.
Yeah, we'll have to have Clyde on the show.
It'd be awesome. Yeah,
we can call Clyde. And he's doing a lot too. He's doing a lot of stuff. So, but some of you may be wondering: is plant-based and vegan the same thing? The answer is no.
Oh,
yes, they are not the same. Plant-based, like I just said, is just eating more. Your primary food source are plants. Things come from plants. You can still eat meat if you'd like to. Veganism, as we talked about in episode 13 of our show on veganism, is a lifestyle. So it's more than about what you consume. People that are actual true vegans don't use animal products. So if you're some lotions have or face creams use animals in the creams. They don't use that kind of thing. Okay, so don't get them mixed up. They're not the same. Both of them. So vegans are plant-based though, because they eat mostly plant stuff. But plant-based folks are not vegan. So no, if you eat plant-based, it doesn't mean you have to cut out your meat. But you're just eating more vegetables and whole grains and just more complete foods, which we all need to do. Like we all really need to focus on eating that way if we want to live to 140 like I do. I need to see my grandkids.
Yeah. And shoot, with all the stuff they're putting in these foods, like you ain't gonna see nothing. You ain't gonna see your first grandkids how the rate they put in there.
I tell you, really though, I'm telling you. And actually, we're gonna have a segment coming up. I haven't actually told Tay about this either, so it's breaking news for everybody. We're gonna talk about label reading and like really reading the labels and the ingredients in the food that we put into our body, because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Like I've been really working at my food over the last 6 weeks. And so like reading labels is something, and I would read the label, but I would read the label for like calories and
that's what all I do for
fat content, excuse me. But that who cares about the calories? It's all the red dye and all the words that we don't know what they mean in the food that we're eating. All these really bad oils that are leading people to have cancer and everything else you can think of. So we're gonna have a little segment about label reading and what things we should be looking for and looking out for. But let me get back on topic. Plant-based meals. So, like I said, following plant-based diets does not mean you'll never eat meat again or eat dairy again. You can eat whatever you would like, but just make sure you're eating more vegetables. Remember, eating plant-based is a lifestyle change. I don't like the word diet. Diets are things that die in my mind.
Every time.
When you make lifestyle change, every time. And I've been on a lot of diets as a been big dude my whole life. But the lifestyle changes are things that you plan to do for the rest of your life. I mean, the diet, you can't, most of those diets are things that can't be sustained for long periods of time. There's something that you do in a quick jump to get a jump start or get a quick start. But I think for me, plant-based meals are going to be, or have become a bigger part of my life. Actually, I'll just give you guys a quick, like I used to be a person that wake up in the morning for breakfast. I would eat a bowl of cereal, or I would eat waffles or pancakes with syrup and stuff. Or man, it's been the hard. I love hash browns. Not anymore. I've been eating fresh fruit for breakfast and egg whites and, with spinach and things like that. Plant-based, but I still eat eggs. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not vegan.
Yeah.
Just trying to get more vegetables and things in my body, and more for me, fiber is important to me. So, and
a lot of time I realize too, it just takes a little longer to prepare it. That's it, really. It still tastes really good and all that. It's just, the other stuff, you like you said, cereal, you throw some milk and you're good. And
getting ready to go. Yeah. But Tay, that's something else. I'm glad you said it's true. I tell Lindsay this: if we're opening more boxes than we are cutting more things, we're doing it wrong. We need to be cutting more things and opening less boxes.
I like that,
and that means you're eating more fresh fruits and vegetables if you're cutting them. Versus, who doesn't like to just run to the kitchen, grab a bag of chips, snack ready to go? Well, I got to pull out strawberries. I got to wash them off. I got to cut them up. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot longer, like you said, but it's better for your body. So, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Y'all gonna hear a lot about this kind of thing in the coming episodes, because for me, it's like I said, it's a lifestyle that I have to live if I want to live. So, I gotta just do better with my food, and we all need to do better with our food. If you're already doing plant-based eating, thank you, congratulations to you. Put some meals for us. Me and Tay are working on it. Put some meals in the comments for us, or send us emails, because we'd like to hear about it. But
SNFpodcast.com.
There you go. But so the meal I'm going to talk about today is something that I haven't made yet, but I plan to make it soon, because it's something I was talking to Lindsay about. I think that for sure I'm gonna eat it, but I think that every time we cook food now, we got to consider whether or not Olivia's gonna eat it.
Yeah,
like, man, she doesn't eat all the stuff, so I think this thing she'll eat, and it is a breakfast taco.
Nice.
So, the breakfast taco, this one is going to be it's meat free, actually, so it is vegan. Well, how I would make it wouldn't be vegan, because I would use real cheese. In the recipe that I found, they don't use real cheese. They actually don't use cheese at all. They make a pineapple salsa, which I would plan to make too.
That sounds good.
But so in the recipe, they use for the filling, they use black beans and a tofu scramble. And so I'll tell you how they make the tofu scramble. So the black beans come from a can, drain some of the liquid off, put them in a can. You can season your black beans. How I season my black beans when I make tacos is I season them with taco seasoning.
Yeah.
So the taco seasoning I told you guys I make, I put that in my black beans so they taste like taco meat. That's my objective. But what they also do is they use the black beans and they mix it with tofu. And the tofu, they basically, I don't know if anybody's ever worked with tofu. It comes in a block most of the times. That's I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna tell you wrong. When I was young, I used to slice it up and pour soy sauce on it and fry it up. Oh, it was great. And eat it with Kraft macaroni and cheese. It was fire.
Oh, I never tried that.
I don't eat Kraft macaroni and cheese or tofu anymore. But if I were to do that, I would you drain the tofu because there's liquid in the container, and then you crumble it up. So you want to get it dry, and then you put it in a skillet and fry it. And what it looks like is scrambled eggs, essentially.
Yeah.
And so then you season it like salt and pepper, whatever seasons you put on your eggs. And then that's what the recipe said they would use as the filling. What I'm going to do, because Lindsay's allergic to soy, so we can't eat tofu anyway.
Oh, wow. Can't do it.
So we can't eat it anyway. So I'm going to mix my black beans with spinach. She doesn't like mushrooms, but I'm going to put my mushrooms in my side or part of it for me. And maybe maybe I'll lightly cook some squash and throw that in there. So again, I'm trying to get my vegetables in there too. The salsa I'm going to use, I'm going to get this book real quick and I'm going to try to tell you guys about the salsa though, because I got this new cookbook, the plant-based
nice.
diet for beginners. And I have actually a couple more plant-based books coming because when I'm looking around, man, these plant-based recipes are very expensive. They want you to get subscriptions and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. They sell cookbooks on Amazon. This book cost me $9. Let's get back to the books.
Yeah.
No need the internet.
Yeah.
So, this mango salsa had the mango. Oh, I lied. It's a mango pineapple salsa.
Man, I'll eat that on everything.
Oh man, I'll put it on. I was gonna say I'll put it on chips. I didn't eat chips either, but I'll put it on chips. Oh, that sounds like you said I'll eat that on everything. Sound like that commercial. I eat that stuff on everything. So the salsa has diced tomatoes, shallots, diced up mangoes. It has jalapenos, minced garlic, of course pineapple, cilantro, black pepper, lime juice, and salt. So I mean that's really quick. And then they have tacos are for me aren't right without avocado. Yeah, like a little guacamole or something. Mm-hmm. So I'll make some quick guacamole up. I mean, if you go to our website, there's a recipe there for you. Mm-hmm. If you need a recipe for guac, my quick guac recipe's there. And then they have fresh. They say use warm tortillas to do this, but I don't eat tortillas. I haven't been eating tortillas or anything like that either. What I have found. And I just actually found them at a grocery store. I saw them on a reel, but they're these egg white wraps.
What? Okay.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you about
that. My wife would like that probably.
They're it's just an egg white. It's basically when I turned it over on the back and looked at the ingredients, there's some gum, there's some stuff in it to make because it has to like hold together. So there's a couple ingredients that I'm like, but. For me, cholesterol is important, so there's no cholesterol because I was a big egg eater. I love eggs. I still love eggs. Yeah. And they get 5 grams of protein from it, and basically everything else is zeros and if you look at the numbers. Mm-hmm. So they come out they look like tortillas. Actually, they really do. When you peel them apart, they look like little tortillas.
Good. I like that they're similar. Yeah.
And they're about the similar size of a small like taco tortilla. So. The issue for me initially was they kind of smell funny.
Oh, yeah. When you open the bag.
Yeah, when you open the bag, I was like, I ain't gonna eat this. So what led me to do this, I'll go give you a little backstory. I know I've been talking a lot, guys. I'll give you a little backstory real quick, though. My family, we eat Taco Tuesday. And so, like, they were eating taco shells, and I was eating taco salads. I've been eating salads basically every day. Yeah. For the last 6 weeks or so. So I was like, man, I'm getting tired of putting this meat on the top. Dang, let me find something else I could tell you. So what I did with these egg white wraps yesterday, I put it in the skillet and I put a little butter in it. And so basically I browned it a little bit on both sides. And then I threw cheese in the middle. I warmed up some ground beef, some old taco seasoning ground beef, threw that in there, cut up me some lettuce, put that in there. I made this ranch out of sour cream.
Yeah.
With some Hidden Valley Ranch packet. Threw that in there.
That's it, yeah.
Fold that joint. Oh, Tay.
Man.
Oh, I'm telling you. Dominated it. And there's no carbs. No carbs.
Nice.
So it was, so that's what I'm going to use when
how
I
long
make
do
these breakfast tacos.
how long do you put it on the skillet?
This is, okay, I've probably talked about this before, but I don't like burnt eggs or the burnt egg smell.
Yeah.
And so today I did it again and I cooked it too hard and too long. So you want to keep your skillet a little bit low and let the butter bubble a little bit and probably like 2 minutes on each side, like, on medium low heat just to get it kind of, because it's already cooked.
Yeah.
I need it to be warm. Like,
definitely.
It's like eating cold eggs, so I can't do that.
I do my tortillas, I zap them in for a few seconds.
I put them in the microwave for a few seconds. So, I bought them at Target. While you're in there, you look for Miss Brown stuff. They're only $5. It's going to be a lifesaver for me because now on Taco Tuesday, I'm going to fill them joints up just like taco shells. They're like soft taco shells.
I like it.
But it's egg whites. So that is my plant-based meal. I've talked for about 15 minutes. My bad.
Mine won't be that long, but I like, man, you threw some gems out there.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to, we as a people need to just do better with our food. We're financially, all that kind of stuff is important too, but if we ain't here, if our health is bad,
doesn't matter.
Who cares if you have wealth and all that kind of stuff? It don't matter. We gotta have good health. So, yes. So, Tay, what do you got for the people?
Yeah, I got to use the phone for this one because the same thing
all right.
you
I
said.
put a whole cookbook.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I was looking at stuff and I'm like, I've talked about a lot of the I would say vegetarian, vegan things. I did the yum bowls and all that, and same thing. I eat a lot of the same stuff, and not that I get tired of it, but I was realizing I need to step outside the box, and there's so many recipes out there.
A lot.
Yeah. So when we talk, we do our pre-show, we'll have our notes and stuff. I was like, let me look up a new recipe that I want to try and do it. And I got to give a shout out to my old job, Columbia Grain. That actually, from working there, it actually got my mind more into grains and plant-based stuff because that's the company that's what they do. And that's what they do. Before then, I didn't even think about that and how healthy it was. And recipe I'm going to do is a vegan or plant-based chili.
Oh!
And so that's the problem with me. I need it to taste good. And sometimes some of that vegan stuff and even some of the plant-based stuff, if it's not cooked right with some love, it don't smell or it doesn't taste as good. So but then I started looking at these recipes and I'm like, man, it's so good. The ingredients look good. It's just no meat. And so, I started getting a little bit more thoughtful about what should I make that I think I would eat. And chili, I love chili, and I always eat mainly meat-based chili. There's not a lot of extra vegetables. Well, I've had now I've worked where I worked, and I've tried it. Had potlucks. And I've had some really good chili that's just plant-based and it's just baffling because I'm tasting it. It has a chili taste, and it has the protein in it, and it's like beans and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like all the stuff.
So this one I looked up, and I want to tell you about a website, delish.com.
I use that sometimes.
And I've seen it, but when I looked, so it has this one, it's 33 plant-based dinners that will make you forget about meat. So I'm like, I got to see what this is. From the first list, the first one, the first 5, usually I'm scrolling okay, that one's cool. That one's not. Man, I'm like, I saved the webpage. There's a lot, so check that one out. But the chili that they had, I'll start with black beans. Black beans, I've used to never get them. I always got pinto when I'm at the Mexican restaurant. But now we eat a lot of black beans, especially with our yum bowls. And man, And I don't season them a lot. Like I do salt and pepper and stuff, but I need to start like season them based off of what I'm using them for a lot more. So I like what you said. So black beans. This one has pinto beans, roasted tomatoes.
Oh,
of course, vegetable broth. Okay. Oregano, paprika, chili powder, garlic, celery, onions. You know, your normal, all that stuff you put in the chili. And then this one has Mexican beer. I don't think I would put beer in my chili, but I mean, you could try it if you want. And then salt, all that stuff. But yeah, a vegetable, plant-based chili. I think people, when they think of chili, you know, they want the meat, but try eating it just with vegetables in it, and you know, you season it up like you would with the meat, and it tastes just as good. And you know, you can have cornbread too, and all that.
I was just about to say, you still have cornbread with it if you want.
Yeah. And so, and it's funny because like, I never thought that chili would be good that way, and it is. And you definitely, you know, me as you know, I love to season my food. So as long as you season it right, it'll taste just as good, or it'll taste similar. So, you know, I gotta train my mind to think just because there's not meat in it doesn't mean it's not gonna be worse. Like I always think it's gonna be worse, and like it could be the same or even better. So like. And like the stuff that you brought up about just living healthier, it's like I learned from my last job that like, man, the way to extend your life is by the foods you eat. You know, you can work out, you can do all those things, but if you don't eat right, it doesn't really matter. A plant-based diet I think from the beginning of time when all this was out, it's always been there, and it's always available. And it's sometimes cheaper, and it does take longer, but it's really good. So I'm glad you brought this subject up.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I went to the grocery store today, right? And so I bought three avocados, 2 lemons, a container of lettuce, which I chop my lettuce usually, but these greens at Safeway looked really good, and they were actually really good at my salad today.
Yeah.
And I bought a container of cashews. These are just cashews. I got my tongue itching. So I'll tell you though, the cashews were $10. So just throw them away.
Yeah.
Throw that total. My total was $17. So that container of greens, those 3 avocados, and those 2 lemons were only $7.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, and you can do anything with those things. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
shoot, meat. That meat right there is already right the whole price almost.
Yeah, I buy chicken, and I buy chicken breast in the pack. They're no cheaper than $13 or $14 for those.
Crazy, yeah.
2 or 3 breasts. You know what I mean? That's like 1.5, maybe 2 meals. So, yeah, I think it's cheaper.
Yeah, my thing is too, like I said earlier, I want to get to where I'm buying the beans and some of those things dry for price wise. Yeah. But it's hard to, like, you know, you got to soak them and all that. But once you figure it out, it's pretty chill. And like I said, like it like costs and all that, and you can buy in bulk. So definitely, I love this topic, and I can't wait to keep exploring those healthier ways to eat. You know, because like I said, like. We want to live long, you know?
Yeah. We got little kids.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all missed the show? Well, no worries. They're on our website, snfpodcast.com. That's Steve, Nancy, Frank, podcast.com.